your primetime local news leader. Fox 22 News at 10.
Joining us, I'm Peter Dubois.
And I'm Beth Jones. First tonight, Bangor police arrested 5 people after responding to a call about a person being threatened with a weapon.
Bangor Police Sergeant Jason McAmbley says when officers arrived on scene Thursday morning, they found 10 people inside a home on Hancock Street, but never located the person accused of threatening. After conducting interviews, detectives felt the incident was being exaggerated. However, they did find several people with pending arrest warrants. 20-year-old Emily Green of Herman and 33-year-old Haley Spalding of Newburgh were arrested for 1 outstanding warrant each. 26-year-old Mary Sturdivant of Bangor was arrested for 3 outstanding warrants. She was also charged with trafficking in prison contraband and drug possession. 23-year-old Trinity Clark of Dedham and 31-year-old James Manning of Winterport were arrested for 2 outstanding warrants each. Manning was also charged with trafficking in prison contraband.
Maine's first public defender's office in Augusta is set to open in just a few weeks, and now an attorney has been selected to lead that office. Our Augusta reporter Corey Bouchard spoke to the new district defender, who is no stranger to the district attorneys she'll be going up against.
This is the first brick and mortar office in this state, finally. And every other state has a public defender's office, and finally Maine has its own public defender's office.
Frayla Tarpinian, who is currently the second in command at the Kennebec County District Attorney's Office, was selected to become the first district defender of Maine's first public defender's office in Augusta.
I started really thinking about it, and that's when it became apparent to me that I think this is a place where I could really make a difference.
Tarpinian says one of the strangest feelings, at least at first, will be going up against her current co-workers.
It's going to be different for everybody involved. I've made a lot of friends here. I love the people I work with, and that's the hardest part about leaving the job, is leaving great people.
Currently, people in Maine who are accused of a crime, who cannot afford an attorney, have a contracted private attorney, paid by the state, provided for them.
The benefit of having state employees who are employed to do this work and not private attorneys takes a lot of the external stressors out of the system. So you don't have to run a business. You don't have to worry about if you're taking other types of cases.
Tarpinian adds it won't be easy, but nothing worth doing is ever easy.
Well, I think starting anything from scratch is difficult. We have 49 models to reach to, and many offers of help from other people who've been doing this a lot longer.
Tarpinian will begin her new role on November 6th and says she is excited to get to work, providing the best defense possible and paving the path forward for all future public defender offices in Maine. In Augusta, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
We continue to follow an evolving situation in Bangor with the clearing or the potential clearing of a large homeless encampment there. Our Devin Dagnall spoke with city officials and those affected by the notices previously posted.
We're not here because we want to be here. We're here because we have to be here, a lot of us.
Friday morning and afternoon, many of those living in the Hope House encampment, otherwise known as Tent City, left the area they had called home after the city of Bangor told them they would need to do so earlier this week. Bangor City Manager Debbie Laurie states they were told to leave due to a growing safety concern.
Over the last, 2 months, concerns have been raised by those who are working in the field about the safety of individuals who are actively working with us.
Though not everyone who lived in the encampment was asked to leave. According to Laurie, those who have been actively working with the city's caseworkers during the past 3 months are allowed to stay in the area indefinitely until other living arrangements can be made. Those staying were asked to mark their tents with tape provided to them by their caseworkers. However, the process has reportedly caused confusion among the community.
It's been touch and go, really. I mean, they're not really telling us a whole lot. They're just saying if we have an X on our tent, it means that we get to stay a little longer. I just don't understand why they have to uproot us.
There are those in opposition to the city's actions and believe another solution must be found in order to properly help Bangor's unhoused population.
We need not be in this situation today. Many people who camp here, and some will speak, they're the experts, have experienced difficult things in their lives. Many have been traumatized. And an action like this can re-traumatize people.
Lori states she understands the opposition, but insists the city is doing all it can do and will continue to work with those who seek help.
What we do want to do is we want to continue to work with folks and address their needs, their barriers, and how we're going to get them into safe, affordable, permanent housing and support them with the services that they need to be successful.
In Bangor, Devin Dagnall, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
A new affordable housing project intended to address Maine's housing shortage is now underway in Madison. Our David Ledford shares the details.
The need for affordable housing is only growing.
Governor Janet Mills joined community leaders in Madison Friday for a groundbreaking on a new 18-unit housing facility to help ease the area's housing crunch. The project was made possible through the Rural Affordable Rental Housing Program, a $20 million initiative that's part of the governor's Jobs and Recovery Plan.
We need this. We need those jobs. We need people to move here, young families in particular. But we also need the housing to go along with it.
The site of the building at 55 Weston Avenue was previously home to a long-standing elementary school. But once the housing development is completed, officials expect it to give the town an economic boost. Workers from both New Balance and Timber HP are expected to be some of the building's first residents.
It's an amazing opportunity for the town because we're actually going to start getting tax revenue from the property, which we haven't had in over 100 years.
The building will be put together using modular construction, where components are manufactured off-site and brought in to be assembled as whole sections of the structure, which reportedly saves on build time. Thanks to this method, contractors hope to complete the building by next spring.
The beauty with the modular-based design, we poured the footings 2 days ago, and we'll hopefully move people in by March. So a 6-month project that would normally take more than a year to do.
According to the Mills administration, the Rural Affordable Housing Program is expected to create more than 300 homes across the state. In Madison, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
13 inmates at the Somerset County Jail have tested positive for COVID. Jail Administrator Michael Pike says the first person tested positive last Saturday. Pike says all the affected inmates are being housed in the same unit. And according to Pike, their symptoms are mild and described as cold-like. They are being quarantined in their cells for 5 days in alliance with CDC protocol. Pike says so far no other housing units are affected. However, 2 staff members have also tested positive and are reporting minor symptoms at this time.
Well, having your vehicle break down on the side of the road can be a scary experience, but a new law going into effect next week looks to help make it a little safer. Currently in the state of Maine, it is already required by law to slow down or move over if you see first responders, emergency vehicles, or a tow truck on the side of the road. The law is being expanded to include any disabled vehicle with their hazard lights on. AAA of Northern New England says this law is about everyone doing their part to make the roadways safe.
I think that most people have found themselves in that situation where they're broken down on the side of the road. Cars are whipping by them at highway speeds, coming within inches, sometimes hitting the vehicles, causing injury, damage to the vehicles and other property, and fatalities. We lose, on average, 350 people standing next to their cars, waiting for help to arrive on an annual basis. And, upwards of 60 to 80 tow truck drivers and law enforcement officers that are out there doing their job, trying to help folks.
The new law will go into effect on Wednesday. Definitely glad to hear that. That's an important expansion.
Yeah, it's just a small tweak to that law that really makes it safer for everyone.
For everyone, absolutely.
It can definitely be a little nerve-wracking if you're there on the side of the road.
Oh, it is.
Especially on a busy.
People go whipping by. You can feel your car move. It's nerve-wracking for sure.
Indeed it is.
All righty, well, let's go ahead and take a peek outside. I think we're all anxious for a first check at the forecast as the weekend is nigh.
All right, Beth, thank you. Your first weather is brought to you by Driveway Maintenance Paving. With over 30 years experience in paving and seal coating, we offer quality work at affordable prices, and we are in for a wet weekend around here. Rain showers increasing in intensity and coverage across the area tonight will linger through tomorrow into Sunday and probably not end until early parts of Monday morning. Some of this rain could be locally heavy tomorrow, as there is just a lot of moisture to get through between all of this and us over here. So get ready for more rain showers showers tomorrow night, and throughout the day on Sunday. The rain looks something like this, so a soaking rainfall of at least an inch or so, and a couple spots could easily see 2 or 3 inches by early parts of Sunday afternoon. Our forecast, though, tonight, though, is looking at increasing clouds out there now. Rain beginning shortly with low temperatures hanging out in the 50s. Your full forecast is coming up. Beth?
All right, so good sleeping weather for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, and that rain getting started overnight. So
I'm still hoping for a weather miracle for the weekend.
It's never too late.
We'll see. Well, still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, our Devin Dagnall shows us Maine Maritime Academy's new training facility dubbed the Fire Chief.
And a veteran in Orneville is living up to the Beirut Veterans of Americans motto. Our Doug Banks will be in to explain. Stay tuned for those stories and more.
Maine has the best shipbuilders in the world.
But to compete, we need reliable and affordable energy.
That's why we're voting no.
No on question 3.
It will cost Mainers billions and increase costs for families and businesses like Bath Iron Works.
Like Bath Iron Works. And the politicians, they're not even required to have an operations plan when they take over. We'd never do our job without a plan.
Please vote no on question 3.
It's a bad idea for Maine.
Bipolar 1, I got help to push back.
I got help to push back.
We got help to push back with Lybalvi.
Once daily prescription Lybalvi is proven to treat manic or mixed episodes of bipolar 1 in adults to help you push back. Elderly patients with dementia have an increased risk of death or stroke. Do not take Lybalvi if you are taking opioids or are in opioid withdrawal. The samidorphan in Lybalvi can cause severe opioid withdrawal that can lead to hospitalization or increased risk of life-threatening overdose. Get emergency help if you have trouble breathing, become very drowsy with slowed or shallow breathing, or feel faint, very dizzy, or confused. Or if you have fever, stiff muscles, confusion, rash, swollen glands, or problems with your liver, kidneys, heart, or lungs. Other serious side effects may include high cholesterol, weight gain, potentially fatal high blood sugar, uncontrolled body movements, which may be permanent, dizziness upon standing or falls.
Are you ready to push back against bipolar 1? Ask your doctor if Lybalvi is right for you.
For the best selection in classic and contemporary furnishings, stop by Richard Parks Furniture on High Street in Ellsworth. Handcrafted New England-made bedrooms and dining rooms, imported Scandinavian recliners and upholstery, more than 40 lines of furniture for the home and patio. Richard Parks Furniture is your #1 stop for quality, functionality, and well-designed furniture at affordable prices. Richard Parks Furniture.
Discover Richard Parks.
132 High Street in Ellsworth.
Discover Richard
should be electric today.
This is what we do!
Live from Columbus, it's Big Noon Kickoff on Fox.
And now, the final act. Unfold.
There are countless stories to tell from the Beirut bombing, but some of those stories were left unfinished, and that's where former U.S. Marine Lance Corporal Kevin Perry comes in. Our Doug Banks spoke to the Orneville resident who's living up to the Beirut Veterans of America's motto, "The first duty is to remember."
Just outside his front door, Kevin Perry has been walking across Route 16 since 2009 to his plot of old forested land, where you'll find over 30 trails dedicated to members of the U.S. Marine Corps who served in Beirut.
I'm not sure why I did it. There's a saying that a person dies twice. They die when they actually physically stop living, and they die a second time when nobody talks about them again.
On that Sunday morning in October of 1983, Perry was at the U.S. Embassy getting ready to start his day.
And a Marine rushed in and said they just leveled the Marine Corps barracks or the headquarters company. And I said, was there a lot of people hurt? And he goes, no, it's leveled, it's on the ground.
For the next 3 weeks, he served as an external guard for the embassy.
Anybody's lucky to live up into adulthood or even get to be an older man like me.
Today, he walks the trails he cleared himself, telling stories, some of which end too soon. And others he hopes continue writing.
He was my company commander, and he was killed in the October 23rd bombing. Doc, he'd be preaching to us to quit smoking cigarettes. Sergeant Major Douglas was our highest enlisted rank in a battalion.
Some of Perry's goals are for other Marines to share their own stories, like this one of a Machias native who was serving in Beirut as well on that day. He also survived. Perry also wants to increase support for veterans organizations, helping to ensure that the service and sacrifice of all veterans is remembered and honored.
They died before they should have, and they never had the chance to have kids and grandkids and live their life. Those are the people that to me are important.
In Orneville, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Just a great story there. With electric cars and other electric means of transportation becoming more prevalent in our everyday lives, fire departments must now adjust their response tactics, since electric car fires do not require the same response as gas or diesel-powered vehicles. But the Bar Harbor Fire Department is prepared. With help from the Bar Harbor Fire Association, the department was able to purchase this fire smothering blanket, which is specialized for use with electric vehicles. It takes just seconds to deploy and cover the vehicle, and since it only weighs 25 to 30 pounds, it takes just 2 firefighters to operate.
If the batteries catch fire, the way they're made and how they burn, they just can somewhat create their own self-sustaining fire, so to speak. So it's a real challenge compared to the vehicle fires in what we consider normal, gasoline-powered or diesel-powered vehicles.
Due to where the batteries are typically located, it can be difficult to attack the flames with water. The blankets can only be used once, so Bartlett says they might be looking to budget for these in the near future.
An important piece of technology there. The Maine Maritime Academy has a hot new training facility that they've dubbed the Fire Chief. Our Devin Dagnall shows us.
This is state-of-the-art technology.
So it's made for a combination of shoreside and shipboard firefighting. One of the most unique things in the state of Maine, I think.
The Fire Chief is a 4-story training facility located in Bucksport, designed to prepare Maine Maritime Academy students for any firefighting situation, whether on land or sea.
The simulations are made to simulate a regular shipboard fire. As the new vessels come out, newer technology, some of our props are made to emulate that.
There's 3 different props. There's an engine room simulator prop, a sofa prop, and the third one is a galley fire or a kitchen fire prop.
The Fire Chief's fires are all controlled and fueled by propane, which makes it far less toxic than training methods of the past.
These days, we don't have houses we can burn anymore, so having facilities like this for a controlled environment to teach the new generation coming up gives them a good controlled way to start learning.
Although the intention of the facility was to be used by MMA students, Chief Operating Officer Craig Johnson says the Academy is happy to welcome any fire departments or businesses throughout all of New England to train with their fire chief.
It's a great chance for the state of Maine to partner with Maine Maritime Academy and the local fire departments.
In Bucksport, Devin Dagnall, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Alrighty, folks. Well, there is much more ahead on Fox 22 News at 10.
Including what's making headlines across the country. We'll have those stories and more. Stay tuned.
You are the hero of your own story, with the strength to get through even the hardest times. And every hero has their own set of challenges. If your journey is getting tougher, you can find tips, resources, and support that'll help you find your way to better wellness. With Strengthen Me, it's free, anonymous, and confidential. To continue your hero's journey, visit strengthenme.com or dial 211.
Liberty Mutual customized my car insurance, and I saved hundreds. With the money I saved, I started a dog walking business. Oh! No, it's just too funny! Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Feeling from a backed up gut? Miralax works naturally with the water in your body to help you go. Free your gut and your mood will follow. For 8 grams of fiber, try new Mirror Fiber Gummies.
Finding the right vehicle for you and your family can be a daunting task. At Varney Buick GMC, our expert staff is here to make the journey as painless as possible. Our goal is to get you and your family in a vehicle that will best fit into your lifestyle. Communication is key, and our team makes sure to be completely transparent throughout the process, informing you on all of your options. Come experience Varney value, only at Varney Buick GMC.
Tired of your internet service constantly letting you down? Those other providers may promise the world with their flashy advertisements, but are you truly having a good customer experience? Fear not, because there's a new player in town. Introducing GoNet Speed. No more endless hold times or automated responses. We're here to listen, support, and provide you with the exceptional service you deserve. Our fast, reliable fiber internet, it's mind-blowing. Let us show you what true internet satisfaction feels like.
Come to Ghostport in Bucksport October 21st for Halloween fun. Supported by Seaboard Federal Credit Union. Proud to support Ghostport. Providing banking services to Hancock, Penobscot, Waldo, and Washington counties since 1940. Osborne's Plumbing and Heating for all of your plumbing and heating. Natural gas, air conditioners, and mini split heat pumps installations. And supported by John R. Crooker Insurance Agency in Bucksport for personal and commercial insurance.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Israel's defense minister is outlining plans for the Gaza invasion. He says the country does not plan a long-term occupation in the area. Just hours ago, rocket fire was heard over southern Israel. Fox's Mike Tobin, who had to take cover along with his crew in the town of Ashkelon, has more.
First, we will destroy the Hamas organization.
Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant says the first phase of his three-step outline to eliminate Hamas is underway.
It's not going to be easy. There will be a toll.
Earlier today, we spoke with an Israeli commando who could be part of that mission.
We have a big war ahead of us.
Lieutenant G, who wishes not to be identified, fought on October 7th in his own neighborhood.
We didn't expect something like this. This wasn't war. This was complete massacre.
The Israeli army displayed weapons seized from Hamas.
All the things that you see in front of you is approximately 1% of what we found on the battlefield.
The cache includes rocket-propelled grenades, landmines, and munitions, and mortars made by Hamas financier, Iran.
This is homemade by Iran. This is for sure not was stolen from some kind of garage.
Yeah, so this shows Iranian support of Hamas.
Yeah, I'm sure about it.
More rockets. Intercepted. Hamas continues to fire on Israel, with strikes happening as we went live on air earlier today. There's quite a few, and there's one going across the stream. New satellite images show the impact of Israeli airstrikes as the soldiers wait for their orders to begin the punishing ground invasion.
The next stage will take more time.
Gallant says the second stage will include eliminating pockets of resistance before the final step, a new security regime with Gaza life no longer Israel's responsibility.
This will not take a day, nor a week, and unfortunately not a month.
Those fighting for Israel are eager to do the job.
Have you had any time to deal with the emotions of what you've been through?
We've been preparing for what's coming ahead. I'm just trying to make it out to the other side.
The USS Carney shot down 15 drones and 4 cruise missiles over a 9-hour period yesterday. That's more than previously reported. A senior U.S. defense official says those weapons were headed for Israel. In Ashkelon, Israel, Mike Tobin, Fox News.
Meanwhile, an American mother and daughter visiting Israel on vacation are free tonight after 2 weeks in captivity. But 10 more Americans are thought to be among those still being held by the terrorist group Hamas. Fox's Caroline Shively reports.
I spoke with my daughter earlier today. She sounds very good. She looks very good. She was very happy. And she's waiting to come home.
After 14 days in captivity, 2 Americans kidnapped by Hamas are now free. Judith Renan and her 17-year-old daughter Natalie were captured by the terrorist group in Israel, along with roughly 200 others who are still being held in Gaza.
It's impossible to adequately put into words the agony they're feeling of not knowing the fate of their loved ones.
The mother and daughter were visiting a kibbutz to celebrate the Jewish holidays when they were taken hostage. Word of their release spread quickly near their home in suburban Chicago.
We've been inundated with messages from people around the world. Phone doesn't stop ringing and the texts are coming in. People are excited. People want to make sure that the news is true.
We were thrilled.
Thrilled is an understatement. It's a miracle.
As the war rages on, 10 more Americans are still unaccounted for, thought to be among the hostages Hamas has hidden in tunnels and underground bunkers throughout Gaza.
It's important for people to remember what Hamas is. This is a terrorist organization.
President Biden spoke to both of the released hostages and told them they will have the full support of the U.S. government as they recover. In Washington, Caroline Shively, Fox News.
President Biden met with European Union officials on Friday who are echoing his calls for a substantial increase in funding for Ukraine and Israel. The president's proposed package of aid to the war-torn countries is meeting heated opposition on Capitol Hill. Fox's Rebecca Castor has the latest from Washington.
Faced with two global crises as two nations, Israel and Ukraine, fight for survival, President Biden welcomed European leaders to the White House Friday, showing a united front of support.
We're standing together now to support Israel in the wake of Hamas's appalling terrorist attack.
Biden has requested an ambitious aid package from Congress, including over $61 billion for Ukraine, over $14 billion for Israel, and over $9 billion for humanitarian aid, which could be used to help civilians in Gaza. The package also slapping on funding for Taiwan and the U.S.-Mexico border.
Help us build a world that is safer.
But the president offered no strategy on how he plans to get this funding, not only from a broken Congress non-functioning without a House Speaker, but one where support for Ukraine's ongoing war is wavering.
But don't drag this into the Ukraine issue that is not popular here at home. Even talking to people from Ukraine recently, they can't find people that want to go fight that war.
We got to do the people's business. We got to pass this aid package to Israel.
Meanwhile, a faction of Democrat lawmakers are calling for Israel to withdraw from Gaza and are against sending military aid.
Last night we heard from the administration calling on Congress for more bombs and more weapons. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Not on our watch.
The leaders of Britain and Qatar also met Friday and agreed on the need to send humanitarian aid to Gaza and prevent the war from spreading across the Middle East. In Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
Well, it is back to the drawing board for House Republicans. Speaker nominee Jim Jordan dropped out of the race this afternoon after he failed to win the gavel on a third try, leaving Congress unable to pass a single piece of legislation. We go back to Fox's Caroline Shively for more from Washington.
All right, the House will come to order. The House will come to order.
Still no speaker in the House at this hour, but plenty of frustration.
I don't think the Lord Jesus himself could get to 217 with this conference.
The GOP conference voted to ditch ultra-conservative Jim Jordan as their nominee Friday afternoon in a closed-door session.
Do you think someone in that room can get 217 votes?
Man, I hope so. I think so. I really do.
Jordan got the boot after he failed to win the gavel on the third floor vote.
No person having received a majority of the whole number of votes cast by surname, a speaker has not been elected.
The House has been without a speaker since October 3rd, when members ousted Kevin McCarthy in a coup led by 8 GOP members angered by a deal he struck with Democrats to keep the government open. Congressman Matt Gaetz was the leader of McCarthy's ouster and one of Jordan's biggest backers.
The most popular Republican in the United States Congress was just knifed by a secret ballot in a private meeting in the basement of the Capitol. It's as swampy as swamp gets, and Jim Jordan deserved better than that.
Until the House elects a new speaker, they can pass no bills, including legislation to fund the government or aid Israel as it battles Hamas.
I'm concerned about where we go from here.
The GOP conference meets again on Monday to try to find a new candidate, then will likely go to the House floor for a vote on Tuesday. In Washington, Caroline Shively, Fox News.
And still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, Private Travis King, the U.S. soldier who crossed the DMZ into North Korea, is now being charged with desertion. We'll have those details coming up.
And in sports, get all the latest action and scores in this week's Friday night kickoff. We'll be right back.
From creator Dan Harmon comes TV's #1 new comedy.
How did I live without this?
Krapopolis, all new, Sundays on Fox.
Some things are worth waiting for. Something reliable, something loyal, something long-lasting. A 6-year warranty? Coyote's got that. One machine for all the dirty work? Count on Coyote. Coyote won't break your heart, and Whittemore & Sons got the deals that won't break the bank. So quit swiping and settling for less. Slide into Whittemore & Sons and be treated like family by a family who cares. 257 Waterville Road, Skowhegan.
Today's real estate market has changed dramatically.
It's changed in both buying and selling.
There are so many things to keep in mind.
Higher interest rates, property insurance issues, and higher prices.
That's why more than ever, it's important you choose an experienced team.
That's us. We want to help you sell well
And buy well. It's a professional experience from start
to sold.
Welcome to Rebecca's. For over 30 years, we've been serving our local customers in downtown Bangor, and we invite you to explore our historic shop.
Rebecca's carries many Maine-made products from local artisans. Perhaps you need a gift basket for your next celebration. We'll be glad to help. From blueberry ceramic dishes, gourmet foods featuring Stonewall Kitchen, fine wines to antique dishes and furniture. You're sure to find that perfect gift.
We hope to see you soon at Rebecca's.
Come to Ghost Sport in Bucksport October 21st for Halloween fun. Supported by Fright at the Fort Carnival of Fright. Just $15 for all ages. All ticket sales online at FortKnoxMaine.com. Osborne's Plumbing and Heating for all of your plumbing and heating. Natural gas, air conditioners, and mini split heat pumps installations. And Healing Hands Massage in Hamden, providing professional massage services tailored specifically for their clients. Stop by today. You'll thank yourself later.
Hey,
Hi.
check it out. Team jackets. Oh, nice.
These are sick. Ooh, nice. Love it.
Wait, why does mine say little baby KK?
Because that's your nickname. I'm Ace. Tom's Rhino.
I'm Rhino.
Gregonator.
And obviously, you're little baby KK.
Yeah, I'm not going to be a little baby KK.
They printed up the jackets. It's a done deal.
It does say little baby KK.
You can't argue with jacket, little baby KK. What's gotten into him?
Classic little baby KK.
The U.S. Army has charged Private Travis King with desertion after he crossed the border into North Korea. Fox's Alex Hogan has more from London.
U.S. Army Private Travis King, who ran into North Korea back in July, has officially been charged with desertion, adding another layer of legal drama following his return from Pyongyang last month. The Army's case includes 8 different charges, including assaulting U.S. Army officers, illegal drinking, making a false statement, and perhaps the most troubling, possession of child pornography. In a statement, King's mother says her son is suffering from a mental health crisis prompted by his military service, writing in part, quote, "Mother knows her son, and I believe something happened to mine while he was deployed. The Army promised to investigate what happened at Camp Humphreys, and I await the results." At the time of his release, the Pentagon said getting King family support was a top priority.
Private King was in the DPRK for just over 2 months, so it's something that we're incredibly focused on making sure that he is being able to be reunited with his family.
King's desertion and release put a spotlight on defectors on both sides of the Korean DMZ. Earlier this week, an American special envoy was in Seoul meeting with South Korean counterparts to discuss the safety and relocation of North Koreans who cross the border.
Will help provide protection for North Korean refugees, whether it be here in South Korea or the U.S. also remains open.
The Pentagon says it's still not clear why North Korea sent King back, but they suspect it's because he was a low-ranking service member with little propaganda value. In London, Alex Hogan, Fox News.
Well, you may have heard of the term food desert before. It refers to an area with limited access to affordable food. But now, pharmacy deserts could become a growing problem, with many large drugstores nationwide shuttering locations. Fox's Ted Lindner takes a look at the potential health impacts and who could be hit the hardest by vanishing pharmacies.
Ongoing staffing shortages at drugstores nationwide are leaving fewer pharmacists working behind the counter. The problem comes as several pharmacy chains have also been closing hundreds of their locations across the country. Some medical experts say it could be a recipe for disaster. Rite Aid, the nation's third largest standalone pharmacy chain, recently filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy on Sunday.
Their profit margins have been squeezed both in the pharmacy by the insurance companies and the other payers, but also in the front of the store by labor costs, by higher rent, by higher utility costs.
As Rite Aid navigates the bankruptcy proceedings, the drugstore could close hundreds of underperforming locations. Last month, the Wall Street Journal reported Rite Aid suggested shuttering 400 to 500 stores.
They probably will close a few hundred stores over the next 1 to 2 years.
Research from the National Institutes of Health finds pharmacy closures can trigger health risks. For example, it can make it difficult for older people to get their medications. It can be especially problematic when drugstores in rural towns and low-income neighborhoods with fewer services shut down. But it's not just Rite Aid. In 2021, CVS said it planned to close 900 locations by 2024. Walgreens also announced in June it plans to shut down 150 stores in the U.S. Meanwhile, data from management consulting firm McKinsey & Company reveals the number of independent pharmacy locations plummeted by roughly 50% from 1980 to 2022. Ted Lindner, Fox News.
More than a month into the new school year, mental health experts are calling attention to a pervasive problem impacting kids and teens across the country. Fox's Sean Langell takes a look at the impacts of bullying and what psychologists say parents and teachers can do about it.
Bullying remains a big problem across the country. Data collected by the CDC finds roughly 14% of public schools say they deal with instances of bullying every day or at least once a week.
About 20% of children tell us that each year they are bullied within a school setting.
And with October marking National Bullying Prevention Month, psychology experts say it's important parents talk to their kids about what they're experiencing at school, so they can feel more comfortable voicing their concerns.
Children are often reluctant to report bullying that they've experienced. Parents are critical in having those regular conversations so that they can pick up on problems that might indicate that their child may be a target.
While physical bullying can result in bodily harm, research from the National Institutes of Health finds verbal and cyberbullying can make kids feel insecure, lead to anxiety, cause sleep disturbances, and stomach problems, and more.
Traditional face-to-face forms of bullying are still somewhat more prevalent than online cyberbullying.
Susan Limber of Clemson University says kids in elementary and middle school are more likely to bully each other than students in high school.
Bullying prevention efforts seem to be somewhat more effective in elementary and middle school settings as opposed to high school settings. One having to do with the prevalence, the ingrained attitudes and behaviors.
When it comes to handling hate online, Limber says teachers and parents can educate kids on how to use social media to spread joy instead of hostility. Sean Langell, Fox News.
Well, back here at home, man overboard incidents are one of the leading causes of death among the 1st Coast Guard District commercial fishing fleet. The U.S. Coast Guard sector Northern New England is commencing their annual Operation Safe 8 and will be conducting commercial fishing vessel safety boardings with an emphasis on safety gear and training. Recent safety data from the U.S. Coast Guard shows that over the last 10 years, there have been 41 man overboard reports, 23 of them resulting in deaths of commercial fishermen, and that's just in New England. Coast Guard members will be conducting these boardings on fishermen and commercial boats to make sure they're in compliance with survival regulations and equipped with an emergency position indicating radio beacon, proper vessel stability, and more.
Just so important to be, up to date on all of those safety precautions.
Absolutely.
We talked about it earlier. Some vessels might not be up to par and they may not know it. So this is a great reminder for them.
Yeah, it's important to sort of keep your eye on that.
Exactly.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Jeff Weller is coming back with our full 5-day. We'll keep our eye on that after this.
The scattered rain showers out there now will increase in coverage and intensity tonight. Tomorrow's going to be a pretty wet day. Sunday, too. More details on that when I come back.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Come stop by Triple S Tag Shop, 315 Hamden Road, Carmel, for quality clothing and equestrian gear.
Behind every keepsake, there's a memory. Behind every photo, there's a story. Behind Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration, there's people giving back by bringing back what was thought to be lost. The details, the time, and the expertise, all packaged up behind a name that Mainers have trusted for over 35 years. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. You keep the memories. We'll handle the rest.
It's another exciting year of high school football in the state of Maine. Get out and support your home team and be looking for the ABC7 Sports Blitz crew. You can get a free Sports Blitz t-shirt, then watch Sports Blitz during ABC7 News at 11 every Friday night during the football season. Blitz shirts courtesy of Coastal Auto Parts, Carl's Auto Parts, Drinkwater's Cash Fuel, Drinkwater's Variety, Gray Wolf Auto, Lincoln Color Center, Rick Burpee State Farm Insurance Agency, and Steaks and Stuff.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Tuesdays, big names go head to head.
I can name that tune in one note.
Whoa! Celebrity Pack Name That Tune. Only Tuesdays on Fox.
Here we go. Your full weather is brought to you by Varney Ford, the nice car and truck people. And we made it. The mid-October weekend is here. Temperatures hanging out in the 60s today. 63 here in Bangor. 61 Bar Harbor, also for Millinocket. So very comfortable. The average high temperature is in the low to mid-50s. We were all above that today. Tomorrow, probably the same thing, but not quite as warm as temperatures out there today. All right, so visibility now is looking good across the entire area right now, but it will come down tonight with some dense fog in the area once again, and then rain showers adding in coverage across our region this evening into early parts of tomorrow. And once the rain begins, we have rain in the forecast not just tonight, but through tomorrow, into tomorrow night, and into Sunday as well. Some locally heavy rainfall is on the way. Here's the radar, and again, the clouds have been increasing all day long. Some light showers are out there now. Some heavier rain arriving for us probably around daybreak tomorrow morning, and then more heavy rain throughout the day tomorrow. The heaviest rain probably about this time tomorrow evening into early parts of Sunday morning, and there's just a lot of moisture to go around. A couple areas of low pressure in here, lots of moisture from the south. So we're in for a wet weekend around here. It'll be a good inside weekend with some potentially heavy rainfall across our area. Some wind in there as well, and temperatures hanging out in the 50s or so. All right, so here we are tonight looking at lots of rain showers scattered across our region this evening. Tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock or so, looking at scattered rain showers again. Lots of cloud cover in there. Heavier rain arrives for us about midday-ish tomorrow. This could be some really heavy local rainfall tomorrow evening and early parts of Sunday morning, an inch or two with that band of rain. And that gets out of here, but more comes in back behind it. So overall, we're going to get wet tomorrow, wet on Sunday as well, with more moisture getting in here later Sunday. This thing will not be done with us likely until early parts of Monday morning. So again, a wet all weekend wet around here with potentially some heavy rainfall. All right, that looks like this on paper. So a widespread soaking 1 to 2 inch rainfall is likely with this system. A couple areas down east and coastal areas could easily see a 3-inch rainfall from this between now and say early parts of Monday morning. And we're also watching the tropics. Here's Tammy right there. That though, Tammy will go out to sea and not to be a factor for us next week. Our forecast tonight looking at scattered rain showers out there. Lots of clouds too. Some dense fog is likely as well. Look for low temperatures down near 54 for tomorrow. All right, so scattered rain showers off and on all day long. Some heavier rain showers in there as well, with high temperatures near 61 and an east breeze around 5 to 10. And looking ahead, your 5-day forecast shows that rain likely tomorrow, likely on Sunday, potentially heavy rain showers in there, ending early Monday morning. In fact, we're going to salvage Monday with a high temperature of 55, Tuesday as well 58, Wednesday back up near 60 under partly cloudy skies. Beth?
All right, so some sun next week.
Yep.
We do have to get through a rainy weekend, unfortunately.
Yep, a good excuse to maybe get some chores done, or maybe not, maybe just relax.
Weekend chores, what?
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Plan B.
Who likes that?
Please and thank you.
Let's do Plan B.
All right.
All right, well, sports is coming up next. Stay with us for that.
Tomorrow morning on Star 97.7, Paul Dupuis has the music and fun. Sonny Shepard brings you Star 97.7 local news, and Steve McKay with the weather. Turn on your radio and get the Star treatment with Star 97.7.
Hanks Husqvarna is your full-line Husqvarna dealer with 2 convenient locations, 32 Old State Road in Carmel and 19 Moosehead Trail in Newport. Whether it's tractors and zero turns, chainsaws to trimmers, or pressure washers to battery power, everything is set up, serviced, and ready to go by our certified Husqvarna technician. And all sales are backed by our in-house Husqvarna warranty. For parts, service, or sales, stop in to Hanks Husqvarna, Carmel or Newport.
It's another exciting year of high school football in the state of Maine. Get out and support your home team and be looking for the ABC7 Sports Blitz crew. You can get a free Sports Blitz t-shirt, then watch Sports Blitz during ABC7 News at 11 every Friday night during the football season. Blitz shirts courtesy of Triple S Tax Shop, Black's Heat Pumps, Dexter Municipal Golf Course, Hometown Health Center, John Baptist Memorial High School, Lakeshore Restaurant, Pixels to Print, and Sugar Ray Baking Company.
From a gallon of gas to a gallon of milk, everything costs more these days. And question 3 will make things worse. It'll cost billions, and we'll be on the hook for it. It will increase our electric bills. And question 3, it doesn't require an operations plan, not even for emergencies or power outages. Question 3 is too costly and too risky for my family. I'm voting no on 3. It's a bad idea for Maine.
Tomorrow morning on Star 97.7, Paul Dupuis has the music and fun. Sonny Shepard brings you Star 97.7 local news, and Steve McKay with the weather. Turn on your radio and get the Star treatment with Star 97.7.
Anybody ever seen anything like this?
The city needs you.
911 Lone Star, Tuesdays on Fox.
Welcome back in, everyone. It is Friday night. It's October. It's playoff season for 8-Man football. I'm Tyler Cruz here with everything you need for your high school football fix. We've got 2 playoff games for you tonight from 8-Man Small, plus 4 other games, scores, and more coming at you right now during our Friday night kickoff. All right, let's start with some postseason action. Stearns and Mattanockhook. Caleb Shearer drops back before the half, delivers a beautiful over-the-shoulder strike to Cameron Atkinson. That puts the Minutemen up. They win big, 54-14. All right, let's go down east now, and we'll head to Bucksport, where the Bucks are taking on the Ellsworth Eagles. In the first quarter, screen pass from Aiden, or actually, this is Thomas Jude dropping back. He finds Gavin Holyoke, who, that's the wrong team. Holyoke takes it all the way back for a pick-6 touchdown. 60-6 is your final. Let's go to Herman here. The Hawks are hosting the Nokomis Warriors. Second half, Hawks up. Bruce Coulter on the keeper. He gets the edge, and he gets in for 6. Hawks go on to win this one 28-0. All right, let's go over to Hamden now. The Broncos and the Bulldogs from Madison battling. First half, Broncos up, looking for more. It's Tyler Coffin, must be the run. The power run must be the name. The power run in for the score. Broncos win big, 49-8. All right, now to Fairfield we go. Lawrence is hosting Brewer. This one is the first play from scrimmage. It's Lawrence's Gage Martin taking the handoff, and just like that, he is gone. That's a 50-yarder to the house to put the Bulldogs on the board. They win 49-0. All right, let's go up to Pittsfield now on the way back up to Bangor. The MCI Huskies hosting Belfast. Lions quarterback Luke Littlefield takes it up the middle, turns it into daylight. That is a 50-yard run for Littlefield. That would set up a Lions touchdown. Belfast wins this one 30-19. All right, for some other scores from around the area now. In other playoff action, Dexter falls to Holton, 26-22. That is the Shire's first ever playoff win. Waterville beats Mountain Valley, 34-22 on the road. Old Town falls to Winthrop Monmouth Halldale. And then John Baptist going on the road and beating Poland, 40-6. And more scores, Noble over Bangor, 41-13. Coney defends home field and beats Gardner 28-14. Messalonsky over Mount Blue 28-12, and then Falmouth beats Skowhegan on the road 27-8. All right, let's go to some high school girls soccer playoff action. Preliminary round getting underway, and we'll head up to Class B in Old Town. It's the 11-seeded Belfast visiting the 6-seed Coyotes. Early in the first half is where we start. Here is the cross by Old Town's Karina Dumont. Ball bouncing around. That's going to end up with Michaela Emerson, who punches it in to put the Yotes on the board. All right, here we go now. Dumont taking a corner. Rhiannon Bousquet tries to push it in, but Erin Robbins and Morgan Curtis work together as Curtis saves it there. All right, Belfast, they're on a corner now. Maggie Metcalf sends it in, and Allison Caron, some great D at the net. Danica Brown corrals the save of her own. Finally, Dumont, another corner, and it's Emerson, right place at the right time. That's going to be her second goal of the game. Old Town moves on. They win it 8-0. All right, let's head to some Class C preliminary action now. 9-seeded Dexter visiting 8-seeded Orono. First half, Orono's Anna Robertson sends a high ball in there. That is Chelsea Smith. And a nice chip here. She scores. That's going to put the Riots up 1-0. And the result defense from there. Late first, Smith again threatening, trying to set up Addie Duran, but Hannah Dean comes swooping in for the save for the Tigers. Into the second half, Dexter's Abby Corson centers it to Addie Gaudreau, but her shot is saved by Charlie Ann Burns. Later, it's another chance for the Tigers to tie it. The ball chipped into Annabelle Peaks. Her header is saved by Burns. Orono survives and moves on with a 1-0 win. And the Red Riots boys would also win 5-0. All right, let's move on to some football now. Back to some football. It's a division matchup this week, and rain could be a factor in Foxborough on Sunday when the 1-5 Patriots host Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. Bills are a Super Bowl contender this year, and New England, well, they really aren't close right now. But the bad weather could always play in their favor. It has in the past. Quarterback Mac Jones, who has taken a lot of heat so far this season, is hoping his team can turn the page and pull off the upset. And for Mac, it's all about confidence and execution.
A lot of the times you really do have to trust what you know, trust your routine, and that's what really good people do. They just stick with it and maybe adjust something here or there, but at the end of the day, they're going to stick to their routine, and like we talked about, the results will come if you just focus on what you're supposed to do like 99% of the time.
All right, let's hope it turns out at least close this weekend. All right, that's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home, chances are you have a lot of questions. Norm Prouty has answers. Learn some tips and tricks and explore some beautiful new homes on the market. The Norm Prouty and Donnell Baker Real Estate Show, Sunday mornings at 8:30 on Fox 22.
Liberty Mutual customized my car insurance, and I saved hundreds. With the money I saved, I started a dog walking business. Oh! Oh no, it's just too funny! Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Mesothelioma is more than a ravaging illness. It is a disease that can ruin a family's finances and is never the victim's fault. The law offices of Joe Bornstein has been fighting and winning for Maine families for nearly 50 years, and we've collected over $500 million for injured Mainers. If you or a loved one is a victim of mesothelioma or asbestos-related lung cancer, call Joe today for a free case evaluation and to learn about your family's legal rights. Dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
Winter is coming. Make sure your roof is at peak performance with Peak Performance Roofing. With over 20 years of experience in the roofing industry, our professionals provide quality craftsmanship and expertise that you can rely on. We are fully insured and work closely with your insurance company to make the process seamless for you. Don't wait until it's too late. Contact Peak Performance Roofing today to schedule your free estimate. 416-8301. Peak Performance Roofing. Your roof is our priority.
Are plumbing problems giving you a headache? Look no further than Sprague's Plumbing Solutions. With more than 10 years' experience, Sprague's Plumbing Solutions has the knowledge to assist with your plumbing issues. Whether it's a service, remodel, new build, or commercial, we've got you covered. For reliable, professional plumbing services, call Sprague's Plumbing Solutions today for a free estimate. 951-1637. We're here to make your plumbing problems disappear.
Dude, you coming?
Alka-Seltzer Plus Power Max Gels Cold and Flu Relief with more concentrated power. Because the only thing dripping should be your style. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz, Winter Warriors with Alka-Seltzer Plus.
For the first time, the Maine Association of Broadcasters named a television station of the year for excellence. ABC7 and Fox 22 are honored to be the very first station awarded this achievement.
Let's play Snake Oil.
Sniff out the scam product and win life-changing money.
This show's crazy.
All new Wednesdays after The Masked Singer on Fox.
For any of you who are already thinking about the big meal coming up in November, Thanksgiving will be a little cheaper for people shopping at Walmart and Aldi this year. Starting on November 1st, both supermarket chains say they will be cutting prices for both Thanksgiving and Christmas meals. Walmart has not yet released how much its holiday meal baskets will cost, but did share that it will include turkey priced at less than $1 per pound. Aldi says it will slash costs by up to 50% on some items like gravy, potatoes, pumpkin pie, and butter. Both chains hope the price cuts will provide a little extra relief to shoppers dealing with stretched budgets, and that's a lot of people.
Well, fall may have just arrived, but snow enthusiasts are ready for winter. That's why the 2023 Maine Snowmobile Show kicked off today in Augusta. The event welcomes people of all ages to see the latest models of snowmobiles on the market, as well as accessories and winter gear, and a display of vintage snowmobiles. The event continues through the weekend, tomorrow from 9 to 8 and Sunday from 9 to 3. So I'm sure lots of really incredible equipment to be seen there, but also maybe a good opportunity to stock up on that winter gear ahead of the season. I'm sure we could all probably use an extra accessory or two.
Well, here's the thing too. I think clubs kind of struggled last year a little bit with snowfall. We got some, but I think not as much as snowmobiling enthusiasts would have liked.
Right.
And you know, I'm not one to wish major storms on anyone, but you know, for the sake of those who really live for that winter recreation, you know, I hope this winter delivers for you.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Alrighty.
All right, well.
That is going to do it for us, folks. From everyone here at Fox 22 News, take care and have a great night.
Good night, everyone.